How often do you give others gifts?
I am not someone who gives gifts spontaneously very often, but I'm very consistent with gifting on significant occasions, such as birthdays, our 10 Lunar New Year's, and Christmas. I believe that sentiment behind a gift is crucial, so I prefer to give something truthfully selected rather than something generic.
Do you like to send expensive gifts?
Not necessarily. For me, an expensive gift doesn't inherently mean a better gift. The value of a present lies on its personal relevance and the effort I put into choosing it. I would much prefer to give a personalized, meaningful token than a costly but impersonal item.
What kinds of gifts are popular in your country?
In Vietnam, there's a strong tradition of giving practical items like gift packets filled with high quality teas, coffee, or confectionery, especially during the festive season of Tết. For birthdays, personalized handmade items or gift cards are also incredibly popular as they offer the recipient a degree of autonomy in choosing what they truly want.
Why do people send gift?
In my opinion, people send gifts for a myriad of reasons. At the most basic level is a way to express affection, gratitude, or congratulations. It serves to cement social bonds and fulfill cultural expectations, particularly during milestones like weddings or housewarmings. Essentially, it's a tangible demonstration of care and respect.
Do you often look at yourself in the mirror?
Yes, I do, but mostly out of necessity rather than vanity. I check the mirror a few times a day to ensure I look presentable before heading out and throughout the day to quickly rectify any issues with my appearance, such as my hair, my clothing.
Have you ever bought a mirror?
Funnily enough, yes, I have purchased a couple. One was a full-length mirror for my bedroom, which is essential for getting dressed, and the other was a small decorative vanity mirror for my desk. It was an intentional purchase to complement the room's aesthetic.
Do you think mirrors are necessary ornaments?
While their primary function is practical, I absolutely think mirror can be essential ornaments. A strategically placed mirror can enhance a room ambience by reflecting light, making a small space appear much larger and adding a touch of sophistication. They serve a dual purpose of beauty and decoration.
Do you use a mirror before buying a clothing?
Yes, that's absolutely non-negotiable. When buying clothes, I need to see how the garment looks on me from different angles and how it flaps. Relying solely on the hanger presentation is always a gamble. The changing room mirror is a crucial tool for assessing the fit and making an informed decision.
How often do you meet with your family?
Um, so, uh, since I currently live with my immediate family, I meet them daily. For my extended family, my aunts, my uncles, or my cousins, we make it a point to gather for get together at least once a month. And certainly during mature holidays like this, or sometimes is in Christmas Day.
How do you spend the time with your family?
I spend our time in various ways. During the week, it's usually simple things like having dinner together and catching up on each other's day. On weekends, we might watch a movie, go out for a meal, or take a short trip to go to the countryside. The key is simply being present and engaging in shared activities.
Do you want to live with your family in the future?
That is a tricky question as I value both flexibility and independence. While I cherish that thought of being close to my parents, I eventually plan to live independently to foster self-reliance. However, the idea of living in close proximity, maybe in the same city or neighborhood, is something I would strongly consider.
What activities do your family like doing together?
We particularly enjoy cooking and eating together. My mother and I often experiment with new recipes, and my father loves being the official food critic. Beyond that, we all appreciate a good family road trip to explore different provinces, which allow us to unwind and bond.
Are you close to of your family members?
I'm very close to my parents and siblings. We have a relationship built on unwavering trust and open communication. With my extended family, it varies. I have a particularly strong rapport with one of my cousins, but with others, the relationship is more formal, limited mainly to holiday greetings.
How has your family influenced you?
My family has been the cornerstone of my personal development. They instilled in me a strong work ethic, integrity, and the importance of perseverance. My parents, though their own example, taught me the true meaning of resilience and empathy, which are values I try to embody daily.
Are there many advertisements in your country?
Yes, I would say advertising is absolutely uh, uh, omnipresent in Vietnam. You can barely navigate the urban landscape without being bombarded by billboards, digital schemes, and promotional flyers. The commercial environment is highly saturated.
Why do you think there are many advertisements now?
I believe the surge in advertising is a direct result of two factors: the hyper-competitive market economy and the rise of digital platforms. Companies are constantly fighting for consumer attention, and the ease and cost-effectiveness of placing ads on social media and other online channels have made it accessible for even more businesses.
What are the various places where we see advertisements?
I think advertisements are virtually everywhere. We see them on traditional media like TV, radio, and newspapers, of course, but also on public transports like buses or trains, taxis. Massive LED screens in city centers and most prolifically within our digital ecosystem, like social media feeds, websites, and mobile apps.
How do you feel about advertisements?
I have uh, I have a rather mixed feeling when an advertisement is creative, informative, and genuinely engaging. I appreciate. However, I find the sheer volume of instructive, low quality, and repetitive ads, especially online pop-ups, to be incredibly frustrating and distracting.
What kind of advertisement do you like the most?
Uh, uh, I'm particularly prone to advertisements that tell a compelling story or use humor effectively. I enjoy the ones that focus less on aggressively selling a product and more on establishing an emotional connection or so showcasing a brand's core values. They are the ones that are most memorable.
Do advertisements influence your choice about what to buy?
They certainly play a role, although I try to be a discerning consumer. Advertisements primarily serve to make me aware of new products or offers. However, the ultimate buying decision is usually based on independent research, reviews, and a product's cost-benefit analysis, um, not just the ad campaign itself.
Do you prefer advertisements on TV or those in magazines?
Um, um, I definitely prefer to TV advertisements, especially those shown during major events. While magazine ads are static and can be visually stunning, TV allows for dynamic storytelling, music, and emotion, which creates a more immersive and impactful experience.
Do you like bags?
Yes, I do. While I don't collect them, I view bags as an essential practical accessory. They're indispensable for carrying my belongings, and a well-chosen bag can complete an outfit uh, functioning as both utility and a fashion statement.
What types of bags do you like?
My preference leans towards crossbody bags and practical backpacks. Crossbody bags are perfect for daily use because they are secure and leave my hands free. Backpacks, on the other hand, might go to the heavier loads like books or electronics as they distribute the weight economically.
Do you usually carry a bag when you go out?
Almost always, even for quick errands, carry a small bag. For all a large wallet with a strap is simply more convenient than cramming my phone. Or sometimes it's keys for my parents and cash into my pockets when my parents give me money to buy something. I feel somewhat unmoored without one. Some I go out is mostly I go to school, so I always use back to go with me when I go out.
Do you have different bags for different occasions or different purposes?
I absolutely I have a structured work briefcase that is of my fathers. I always wanted you to use it for personal settings. A sturdy canvas coat for groceries or a gym if I order a sleep clutch for formal evening events that is also belong to my mother, and a simple day bag for casual outfits or travel. Having specific bags for different purposes keeps me organized.
What do you put in these bags?
In my everyday bag, the usual suspects include my a small notebook, a pen, hand sanitizer, and a reusable water bottle. Sometimes these also have a textbook and a lot of notebook for me to go to school. And if it is my work bag, or I also take my sometimes my phone, my laptop, and charger.
What sorts of bags do women like to buy?
Um, Based on what I observe, women tend to buy a wide variety of bags, often prioritizing versatility and aesthetics. Classic leather handbags are always popular, but there's also a significant market for designer mini bags for fashion purposes and practical, durable shoulder bags for daily convenience.
What do you bring when you go out?
Um, The items I bring are pretty standard. My smartphone, if my parents allow me to bring my phone to go out, it is my primary communication and payment tool. My wallet containing the cards for student and my keys. Depending on whether a destination I might add sunglasses or bottle of the water, reusable bottle. But those items are the non-negotiables.
Did you ever forget to bring things?
Yes, I have, and it's always incredibly inconvenient. The more common things I forget are my textbook. Sometimes it's my notebook, and which is frustrating on a long distance to go to school. Sometimes I don't remember to bring this textbook or notebook of this subject, and I always mm, my teacher always tell me about that, and I also have a lot of things to enhance my brains to remember what I will bring tomorrow.
Will you bring different things in the daytime or at night?
Generally, yes, during the daytime my focus is on practicality, so I carry a larger bag with items like um, uh, sunglasses. Sometimes because I go to school that is the sun is very big. And necessary items for my study at night, especially if I am going out socially. I carry a much smaller bag with only the bare essentials, keys, the keys, and just book. Yeah.
Do you like to wear hats?
I don't wear hats habitually, but I do like them for certain practical reasons. I appreciate a good baseball cap for sun protection or a beanie for keeping warm in the winter. As a fashion accessory, I find them hard to pull off, so I reserve them for functional use.
What kinds of hats do you have?
I have a small functional collection. I own a few simple, dark-colored baseball caps for casual outings and sports, a couple of wool beanies for colder weather when I come back to my hometown, and a wide brimmed sun hat for a beach trip or gardening. I prefer a minimalist style.
Where do you like to buy hats?
I mostly buy hats from sportswear stores or large department stores, as my priority is usually quality and practical design rather than high fashion. Occasionally, I'll pick one up from a small local market if I find a unique design or material that catch my eye.
Is wearing hats popular in your country?
Yes, wearing hats is quite popular, but is largely driven by the climate. Due to the intense sun, caps, visors, and wide-brimmed hats are ubiquitous for sun protection. They are less common as a purely indoor fashion statement, unlike in some Western countries.
What kind of things do you like to draw?
And though I'm not a skilled artist, when I do doodle, I often try abstract dramatic paintings or simple caricatures of people around me. I find the process of creating repetitive, intricate designs to be quite meditative and relaxing.
It is easy to learn to draw.
I think the basis of drawing, like perspective and shading, are learnable skills with practice and discrete line. However, becoming a truly skilled artist with a unique style requires immense talent, commitment, and years of dedicated effort. So while it's easy to start, mastery is incredibly difficult.
Do you like painting, or drawing? Why?
I genuinely enjoy both drawing and painting. I find the act of creation to be a fantastic stress reliever and an outlet for self-expression. It allows me to step away from the digital world and engage in a completely hands-on, tangible activity, which is very rewarding.
Do you think children should learn drawing?
Absolutely, learning to draw is not just about producing pretty pictures, it's crucial for cognitive development. It boosts fine motor skills, encouraging observation, most importantly, provides a unique platform for children to develop their creativity and learn to express complex ideas visually.
Why do people display artwork at their home?
Uh, I think people display artwork for several reasons. Firstly, it's a form of self-expression and a way to personalize their living space, making it a reflection of their taste and personality. Secondly, it serves as an aesthetic purpose, adding color, texture, and visual interest, interest, which can make a house feel more like a cultivated home.
Are you interested in robots?
Yes, I am quite interested in robotics, particularly therefore central in the fields of healthcare and logistics. I find the blend of engineering, computer science, and design to be intellectually fascinating. I'm more interested in the practical applications than the science fictions, though.
Would you like robot to work for your home?
In a word, yes. I would happily welcome a robot that could essentially handle mundane household chores like laundry, cleaning the floors, and organizing clutter. Freeing up that time would allow me to focus on more meaningful or creative
Do you want to
pursuits.
take a car in which a robot is the driver?
Can you say again?
Do you want to take a car in which a robot is the driver?
Uh, I'm slightly apprehensive about a fully autonomous robot driving car right now. While the technology is advancing rapidly, I would need a significant amount of data and proof of reliability before I completely surrounded control. For the time being, I would prefer the driver to be human, perhaps with the assistance of advanced AI safety features.
When do you have free time?
My free time is mostly confined to the evenings after I finish my study or on the weekends. During the week, it's usually just a couple of few hours before bed, but on Saturday and Sunday, I have much larger, uninterrupted blocks of time to dedicate to my hobbies.
What is your favorite way to relax?
My favorite way to unwind is by reading a good book, usually historical fiction, or a thought-provoking novel. I find that immersing myself completely in a story is the most effective way to disconnect from the pressures of the day and achieve a sense of mental tranquility.
Do you spend your free time with friends or family?
I try to strike a good equilibrium. Weekends are often split. I dedicate a substantial portion of Sunday to family activities, and I often arrange to meet up with friends on Saturday evenings. Both are equally important for my social and emotional well-being.
Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I have a few. My main hobby is baking when I'm now because I find the procession of flowing recipes are very calming. I also enjoy learning foreign language, currently English, which is an ongoing commitment but a very enriching pastime.
Do you like art?
I have a great affinity for art. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I truly appreciate the beauty and emotional depth that can be conveyed through various art forms, particularly painting and sculpture. I believe art is essential for human enrichment.
Do you think art is important in life?
Absolutely, art is paramount to life. It serves as a visual record of history and cultural challenges or perspective and provides a necessary outlet for both the creator and the observer to perceive the world. It has textures and meaning beyond mere survival.
Do people in Vietnam like visiting museum and art galleries?
I think the interest is growing steadily, especially among the younger generation, while the culture of routinely visiting galleries might not be as deeply rooted as in some Western countries. There is a clear
Long nghỉ đi, hôm
interest
sau học
in
tiếp.
contemporary Vietnamese art and historical
Yes.
exhibitions, especially in mature cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City.
What experience of art did you have when you were younger?
When I was younger, my art experience was primarily through school projects, where we focused on traditional Vietnamese crafts and drawing simple landscapes. I also remember being deeply fascinated by the vibrant colors of the traditional tea decorations and folk paintings we displayed at home.
Do you think going to museum and art galleries is beneficial for children?
Undoubtedly, exposing children to museums and galleries is immensely beneficial. It helps cultivate critical thinking by encouraging them to analyze and interpret what they see. It also extends their cultural literacy and can be a powerful source of creative inspiration.
Do school in Vietnam have field trips to museums?
Yes, many schools, particularly those in urban areas, do organize educational field trips to museums. These trips are typically focused on history and science museums to complement the curriculum, but art galleries are also included, especially as part of specialized arts or cultural programs.
Do you like toys?
As an adult, I wouldn't say I like toys in the way a child does, but I have a strong nostalgia for the toys of my childhood. I also appreciate certain collectibles of well-designed small models as a form of decorative art.
What sorts of people like toys?
Um, Obviously, children are the primary demographic. However, many others often refer to as kid bros, like toys. These people are typically collectors interested in action figures, comic book memorabilia, or sophisticated building sets, often viewing them as a hobby or a connection to their formative years.
What sorts of toys did you like when you were a child?
When I was a child, I was quite fond of building blocks and puzzles. I remember spending hours meticulously constructing different structures. There, these weren't just for entertainment; they were fantastic tools for developing my spatial reasoning and problem-solving skills.
Did your parents give it to you?
Uh, yes, my the majority of my toys were given to me by my parents or close relatives as a gift for birthdays and holidays. Sometimes I remember them being very selective, choosing toys that they could have both entertainment and educational value.
What kinds of toys do children play today?
The landscape had uh, significantly changed. While traditional toys like dolls and board games persist, modern children are largely engaged with digital toys. For, for instance, like video games on computer or their phones. This includes educational apps, video games, and interactive electronic devices. Physical toys often have a tech component, such as robotic pets or augmented reality tools.
Do you like swimming?
Uh, yes, I do. I absolutely love swimming. It's one of my favorite physical activities. I find it to be a fantastic full body workout that is also incredibly relaxing and a great way to escape the heat, especially during the long hot summer months here. No, it's hot.
Is it difficult to learn how to swim?
Well, I think it requires some effort, but I wouldn't say it's overly difficult. The biggest hurdle for most people is overcoming the initial fear of water and learning the proper breathing technique. Once you master floating and basic strokes, it becomes an intuitive and enjoyable skill.
Where do Vietnamese people go swimming?
Um, in urban areas in Vietnam, the most common places are public and private swimming pools. For those living near the coast, like the central or southern regions, the sea is the preferred spot. Many also enjoy swimming in natural bodies of water like lakes and rivers, and though this is often dependent on local water safety.
What are the differences between swimming in the pool and swimming in the sea?
I think the differences are quite stark. Swimming in the pool offers a controlled environment, calm, predictable water, and a constant temperature. Swimming in the sea, by contrast, is um, a more dynamic and challenging experience. You have to contend with currents, waves, and varying tides, and the water is saline, which changes your buoyancy.
Do you like history?
Yes, I do. I find his story absolutely compelling. I'm particularly interested in modern history as I believe it offers the most pertinent lessons for understanding our current geopolitical and social landscapes. It's truly the key to making sense of the present.
What historical event do you find the most interesting?
I find the Vietnam War or the American War in Vietnam to be the most interesting because I have learned it before as it profoundly shaped my country and continues to have a strong presence in our national consciousness. I'm fascinated by the complexity of the diplomacy and sheer resilience of the people involved.
Do you think history is important?
I think his story is fundamentally important. It provides us with a collective memory and prevents us from repeating past mistakes. Without an understanding of where we have come from, we cannot make informed decisions about our future. It's a crucial subject for civic education.
Do you like to watch programs on TV about history?
Mm, yes, I do. I particularly enjoy well-produced historical documentaries that are meticulously researched and um, feature expert commentary. They often bring historical events to life in a way that reading a textbook cannot, making the past feel more immediate and relatable.
Do you think you can really learn history from films or TV programs?
Uh, You can certainly spark an interest and guess the general role narrative from film and TV, but I don't think I can learn history really well from them. They often prioritize dramatic effect and entertainment over factual accuracy, meaning they frequently simplify complex issues or take artistic liberties in big events.
Do you think the internet is good place to learn about history?
Uh, the internet is a double-edged sword. Is an unparalleled resource for quick access to information, primary sources, and academic lectures. However, it also demands critical discernment, as there is a significant amount of unreliable or biased information that requires careful verification.
Can you name a person from history who you would like to learn more about?
Can you say again?
Can you name a person from history who you would like to learn more about?
I would like to learn more about Trần Lao, the famous military strategist of the Trần Dynasty in Vietnam. His military genius and leadership during the Mongol invasions are renowned. And I'm interested in studying the tactical nuances of his campaigns in greater detail.
Does your name have any meaning?
Yes, like most Vietnamese names have a very specific meaning. Uh, my name is Thu. Thu means that to be calm and unwind, not to chase the postal life in the city, which my parents hope would reflect uh, my preciousness to the family, and they also wish my future wisdom. I have more. I can make my future more wisdom and clarity.
What name do people at home call you?
At home, my family primarily call me by the name or sometimes by Kun. Sometimes my parents might use a more affectionate or denominating nickname, like Kun. But generally, they stick to the simple familiar form of my name.
How are babies given their names in Vietnam?
I don't know much of this question, but I can think that it is a very thoughtful process that in culture. Parents typically choose a name that reflects their aspirations for the child's future, often combining a beautiful meaning with a good phonetic rhythm. The choice then may also consider destiny or feng shui, ensuring the name is in harmony with the child's birth year or family lineage.
Is there any special ceremony when babies are given their name?
Uh, while there isn't one universal name ceremony in the Western sense, the name is usually announced and celebrated as part of the First birthday or first month celebration that in Vietnam called it is Hoi Noi. This is a significant cultural event where the name is formally introduced to the extended family and ancestors.
Why are some Vietnamese names very similar to each other?
I think the similarity stands for the relatively small pool of words that are considered suitable for names. Words of carrying positive meaning like wisdom, beauty, peace, or strength. Furthermore, popular cultural trends and the preference for certain auspicious sounding words tend to lead to the repetition of names like Ming or Pig or Van.
Do people in your country ever change their names?
Uh, it's not a common practice, but people do sometimes change their name. It is usually done for serious reasons, such as correcting an incorrect birth record, fulfilling a recommendations from a facial master to improve luck, or for personal reasons after a major life change. It requires legal paperwork and is not done lightly.
What is the most common surname in Vietnam?
The most common surname in Vietnam by a significant margin is Nguyen. It's estimated that between 30 to 40% of the Vietnamese population share this surname, which has its roots in historical Long dynasty.
Are you ever bothered by noise?
Yes, I'm quite sensitive to excessive noise. I find loud, unpredictable noises like construction or sustained traffic to be particularly disruptive, and they significantly impact my ability to focus or relax. I prefer in a more serene environment.
Where can you hear loud noise?
The most common sources in my area are busy streets and construction sites. On a social level, loud music from bars or karaoke rooms, especially late at night, is also a frequent source of loud noise in densely populated urban centers.
Do you think that cities become noisy in the future?
I am afraid they will, unless rigid regulations are enforced, as urbanization and population density continue to increase. Coupled with more traffic and development, the baseline noise level is likely to rise. Noise population will become an even more pressing public health issue.
What sounds do you like?
I have a great, no, and I have a great appreciation for the sounds of nature, the gentle rustling of leaves, the sound of rain falling, or the rhythmic passing of waves. I also enjoy the ambient sounds of a busy but low volume coffee shops, which I find conducive to concentration.
What sounds remind you of your childhood?
Um, The sound that instantly transports me back to my childhood is the distinctive melody of the local street vendor cycling through the neighborhood, calling out his words. Also, the sound of my grandmother preparing food, particularly the chopping of herbs and the sizzle of oil, evoke a strong sense of warmth and security.
What is the weather like in your hometown?
Uh, my hometown Haping has a tropical monsoon climate. This essentially means we have two distinct seasons four distinct seasons, a long, hot, and often humid dry season, and a wet season characterized by heavy. Sometimes we also have two um, the autumn and winter, um, but the climate and the weather in this season not this is not perfectly.
What do you do when the weather is bad?
When the weather is bad, typically during a heavy downpour or storm in my hometown, I prefer to stay indoors. I use the time to engage in relaxing indoor activities like um, doing activities in English, doing some in-depth reading, or sometimes is big baking. It turns the bad weather in an opportunity for a cozy retreat.
Would you prefer extremely hot or extremely cold weather?
If I had to choose, I would prefer extremely cold weather. While for the uncomfortable, I find the cold to be more manageable. You can always layer up and turn on the heating. Extreme heat, with its accompanying humidity, often leaves me feeling lethargic, and is much harder to mitigate.
Have you got any plans or goals in life?
Yes, I have a few well-defined goals. My main immediate goal is to complete my degree with flying colors and then secure a position in a multinational company in my field. Also, sometimes I think I want to be